first on home soil since they lost 15-21 to St George Illawarra Dragons in 2011. They did travel to Australia in 2014. They took on the Roosters, but they lost by 14 points to 36. But now England expects every Wigan man to do their duty.
Eddie, I'm looking at the Wigan side. So when they got out the cars, they're so confident. They're calm, they're composed. Sean Wayne's picked a very big side. They're going to take this Cronulla side straight up the middle of the park. Now, unstructured rugby worked for Warrington last night. If any team can do it in Super League, it's Wigan, and they do it off the back of power. That's whether it be in defence or attack. They're a big side that likes to bully the opposition, and they're right up for this game.
Plenty of Cronulla Shark supporters here. I spoke to three English supporters, and they travelled the many miles from Warrington to be here, and they're dressed in Cronulla Sharks jerseys tonight, and they say they cannot bring themselves, even as Englishmen, to shout for Wigan. It is a really tribal game, this.
British Super League, Eddie.
It is an international occasion, and we have the national anthems to be sung, and they will be sung, no doubt, with gusto by Tricia McTeague. And no doubt every Australian will be puffing out their chests right now. To go. The Cronulla Sharks won last year's grand final just 2 years after finishing bottom of the pile. And Paul Gallen, well, this is the only match that this fellow has never played in. He's played in internationals, he's played in the World Cup, he's played in State of Origins, he's played in the grand final winning team, as have the Wigan players, of course. But this is new ground for Paul Gallen. The Sharks' greatest ever, well, one of them anyway. Sean Wayne won the man of the match in 1987 when Wigan won the World Club Challenge against Manly, and last year's Super League Grand Final referee Robert Hicks will take control of this afternoon's game. It's been a bit damp for much of the day, but the pitch is in great order. And, well, it's dry at the moment, and that's the most important thing. And we're about to get the Dacia World Club Challenge underway. The trophy is at stake tonight. It was pride that Warrington were playing for last night, and they won it with gusto. Can Wigan follow suit and make it 2-0 to Super League in 2017? What a boost it would be for the competition. What a boost it would be for the game in this country in World Cup year. The Shark is in town, as you've just seen. Here we go. 80 minutes. Who's going to rule the world? We're about to find out.
We've got a big 80 minutes, but I think we've got an explosive opening 10 minutes. Some big shots, some big carries. trying to get that dominance in the midfield. Every big forward will be putting the hand up. They want a strong carry. They want to come up with a big shot. Look at that. It's good defence, isn't it?
Two wonderful tackles from Matt Pryor and Luke Lewis and the rest of the Cronulla Sharks forwards. And they haven't made any ground forward, Wigan, in the opening 3 tackles of this match. And there's a mistake by Sean O'Loughlin, and sweeping up behind him, fortunately, Tommy Luluwai, because that was a try that was beckoning.
And that comes off the back of those 3 tackles. 3 slow play the balls. Yep, the ball just goes over the back of Sean O'Loughlin's shoulder. But a man with that much experience should catch that if you look at it again. But great defence in the opening set from Cronulla.
Absolutely magnificent. Wade Graham, had he picked that ball up, he would have been over underneath the sticks for a try in the first minute. So not the sort of start that Wigan would require. And it's heading feed, of course, to the Sharks. 10 metres out now from the Wigan posts. So a huge challenge coming up here. The ball comes out the back of the scrum. And this now is Jack Bird. And it's Wigan's turn now to muscle up in defence, but they're doing it right close to their own line. Here is Fafita, the grand final hero. Good tackling. They watched him closely then, and so they should. That's Firmino Brown who's out there. Oh, and it's an intercept by Lewis Tierney. And if he'd have picked that ball up, held his feet, he would have been up and over the other try line at the other end.
Well, he's trying to win a penalty there, Lewis Tierney. But these are the gambles that you've got to go for. He was out flanked on the edge for Cronulla. A must complete set of 6 now here. Thomas Luluwai behind the play of the ball, directing what he wants his forwards to do.
Go forward is suffering here from the Wigan side. So Sean O'Loughlin, he made that first mistake, put his hand up for an early carry, and there's John Bateman, missed last week of course. Very aggressive style of player, John Bateman. He'll relish this atmosphere and this physical challenge. We talked about Lewis, Graham, Gallen, 3 magnificent players of the highest standard, and to pick your wits against those, I'm sure the back 3 for Wigan are really looking forward to it.
So this is a chance for the Wigan Warriors. Chance at one end in the opening minute, chance in the 3rd minute here for Wigan. Welsh international Ben Flower will take this ball forward. These Wigan forwards will not take a backward step. Sam Powell is the dummy half, gets the ball into centre field to Luluwai. Little drop of the shoulder from Thomas Luluwai back at Wigan. Prior to last week, his last appearance in the Cherry and White 2012. Williams drops the pass off. Bateman again eludes 2. Runs through 3, Gallen is there, and good tackling low down by Firmino Brown. This is Williams. Williams gets the ball wide. Joe Burgess is in. And the referee has a very close look at it, has a word with his touch judge. And he will hand this upstairs to the video referee, Phil Benson.
Well, James Child on the near side touch judge, he's the one that asked the referee to check to see whether he's got his foot in touch. It looked like a good clear jump from Joe Burgess. Does he keep possession of it all the way down? He's got to keep it in his hands. Of course, the corner flag doesn't matter now. That's down. Ooh, little finger almost on the line as he gets it down, but I think the ball's down before that happens.
That's a quality finish, that, isn't it?
Knows exactly what he's doing, doesn't it?
If it's given the green light, Stuart, this is touch and go.
That's it. There has to be daylight. The ball has to be down before the little finger touches the line.
It's a try for me.
There has to be sufficient proof the try's being given on the field. So I think there's enough there. The ball's down. Little finger isn't quite there. He was very close, but that's a try.
Simultaneous?
Simultaneous. If it's simultaneous, it's no try. But I think the ball's down before the finger touches the line.
Well, it's been handed upstairs as a try. And Phil Benson agrees. Joe Burgess, well, he was up close and personal with these Cronulla Sharks last year. He got a try for South Sydney in a 12-6 win against them in the NRL last year. And he's come up with the opening score here in the opening 5 minutes for Wigan. Great start for Warrington last night. Great start for Wigan here.
That's right, after a gentle start with a mistake in their own end. Great pass there, wasn't it? And Oliver Gildan, it doesn't look that hard, but as a centre here, he has to time the catch, wants to take it in, and then delay just momentarily before releasing his left winger, Joe Burgess, who acrobatically dives and plants the ball just inside the corner flag.
Well, I'm sure that the Sharks won't be complaining about a possible no try there. It was touch and go. It's a 4-0 lead, though, to the Wigan Warriors. Awful start at one end, brilliant start at the other.
Well, you've got to defend well on the wing as well as attack. We've seen Joe Burgess score points. Lewis Tilley has saved points in that corner. And diagonally, Wigan have gone the length of the field and put it just inside the post.
Eddie, the man who played the ball as well, John Bateman, let's give him some credit as well, because he come from the right-hand side, got rid of a couple of Cronulla players, and then that enabled Wigan to play the ball quickly, and then it shifts it to the left. And that tremendous finish from Joe Burgess. Remember that try he scored against the Roosters, 2014, the World Club Challenge? I think he was only 19 then, Eddie.
Yes. Yes, it's good to see him back. And that is not the restart that Wigan wanted from George Williams. Well, they're doing their best, Wigan.
Well, the mistake, you can see just a little glance over his shoulder. Big set, when you score a try, you must complete that next set of 6. So it's the second time Wigan have been under pressure, and it's been from their own doing. Mistakes close to the line. You can't keep giving the field position to a side as talented as Cronulla.
Jaden, heading! Jaden, heading!
Big set of 6 here now.
And that was Maloney who got the pass away.
Make me Morgan Eskeray! Hold flank, hold!
Maloney is in at dummy half as Gerard Beale played the ball to him. A drive forward by Matt Pryor now for the Cronulla Sharks.
Braley, isn't it, there? Jaden Braley in 14, he's giving the ball wide.
Here's Gerard Beale. Gerard Beale is hauled down. Jack Burden at dummy half. Takes the ball away to Luke Lewis. Nice little move out the back of the hand. And we think this is Jaden Braley in 14. He was named on the team sheet as in number 9, and Brown was in number 14, but there is confusion out there. But no confusion here because the tally goes forward. And now a crossfield kick. Oh, and they're there in numbers. They're there in numbers, and they're over the line courtesy of Luke Lewis. And the kick-off that was spilled by George Williams has come to haunt Wigan, but not Shane Flanagan's men, although Robert Hicks is handing this one up.
Mate, we've got no
as
try.
well. Oh, they have no try in the field.
Offside player.
They think that maybe there was someone stood in an offside position by the sound of things, Stuart.
James Child on the touch side here is questioning whether the Cronulla winger was onside at the kick and whether he was within the 10 metres. So he's saying he's in front, which you can see clearly he is there. That's the number 2 on the right-hand side of the screen. He's in front of the kicker. So what does he do? Does he encroach within 10 metres of the catcher? If he does, he'll be classed as offside. You see clearly there he's in front of the kicker. He's on the 10-metre line when the ball is kicked, when the kicker's probably about a metre behind. So I think we can say that he is in front of the kicker. Where is he when he gets when the ball comes down? The video referee still looking to confirm that. Well, from the lines on the pitch, you'd have to say that he looks like he's in front, as was called by James Child on the touchline. So does he encroach within 10 metres of the kicker? Well, he's about 5 metres away, so he doesn't get any grace that he's not actually competing for the ball. He's within that 10 metres, so this try will be disallowed. He's encroached within the 10 metres, so that's a break for Wigan. This should be no try.
Looks like it might be a massive break for Wigan. They're not checking the grounding. The try is disallowed.
Big relief for Wigan. Wigan fans, Wigan players, they'll know that they, at some point, need to stop giving mistakes, giving the ball over, making mistakes. George Williams, safe as houses normally under a high kick. And there were so many Sharks players and shirts around that ball. That looks like something they practiced in the week.
Well, if Wigan are going to win, they need those 50-50 breaks to go their way. They've taken the chances. They've ridden the luck. They do need to minimise the mistakes as they get up to the halfway line. Ben Flower now take him into the Cronulla half.
Yes, 2 mistakes, almost proving very costly. Well, they got away with the first one. They went up the other end and scored immediately. Can they do the same again here? Frank Paul Nuwasala, the ball comes out under pressure from Wade Graham. The ball went backwards, so play on is the call, and this is Bateman again. And Bateman caught one there.
Shoulder charges are offside, is it?
The ball steal. Ball was stolen.
Prior to that, Frank Paul Nuwasala in the previous play had the ball stripped to go to the referee, and it puts Wigan in the Cronulla 20 again.
Yes, here they come. Gildup restarts, he finds George Williams. Williams then to the captain of Lachlan, Luluai. Gets the ball away again to Bateman, and he is brought to ground by Latelli.
Hold.
And this is a knock-on.
Yeah.
Vigorous challenge by the centre, Ricky Latelli. Samoan international.
Well, he's not the biggest, John Bateman, he's certainly one of the strongest. Always fights in every tackle, trying to play, but you could just see his arm was behind his back. He couldn't bring it forward. There's numbers in, people pushing down him, squeezing him in defence.
Yeah, that's right.
This is different to last night. The speed and the pace of the Warrington Broncos game was markedly different than this, and you can see already the Cronulla Sharks, the wrestle is a lot better.
Hold, Ben, hold.
We can deal with the initial threat from Latelli.
2, release.
Luke Lewis takes it forward.
Hold it now, hold.
Oh, and he's hurt. Is Lewis got a bang on the head by the looks of things. Goes down. This is now Matt Pryor.
3, move, Ben.
Good line speed from Ben Flower.
4,
Good hit on Paul Gallen. Still inside their own half. Cronulla. Another good hit from Matt Pryor. Wigan piling in here. They've got them to the last tackle. Expect the kick here. There it is. Goes in from Chad Townsend. Straight into the arms of Burgess. Burgess will run this ball back. Goes past the first defender. Can't go past Luke Lewis.
It's ferocious, isn't it? There's a couple of players on both sides that are flying through the tackles. That's because they've just got the head down. They're running as fast as they can into the collision. Yet they could be missing. But if it does connect, it could hurt somebody.
Wigan then in possession. Morgan Escaray, who rescued that loose ball for them just a few moments ago. Here now is the man of the match in the grand final, Liam Farrell.
Back here.
And Sam Powell waits. Gives it to George Williams. Williams goes into collision with Paul Gallen, and that's the 5th tackle for Wigan, so expect the kick here. And there it is, off the boot of the Frenchman Morgan Escaray.
Okay now.
Looks fairly easy.
An unusual edge to that set, Eddie.
Move.
George Williams, he wrapped it up on the last tackle, and the kick was put in by Morgan Escaray. A bit of a nothing kick, caught on the full.
Move,
Jesse
John.
Raymond now for the Cronulla Sharks in centre field, to his feet, plays the ball to Brayley, and he gets it away here to the winger Capewell.
Go.
Latelli again, taking on Bateman. Oh, gets the ball away brilliantly as he went down. And this now is Wade Graham.
4, move, John, make me. Hold. Go, Charlie.
Maloney finds Brayley, and then he looks for the runners, and the runner was there. Oh, that was knocked forward. But Wigan are caught offside. Matt Pryor, he gets a little bit of a escape then.
Because Pryor comes onto this ball up. He beats Sean O'Loughlin. Sean O'Loughlin caught at the back. There's the earlier offload from Cronulla. That's class, that, isn't it? Just as you go into ground, straight to Wade Graham. But any time that you lose the ruck, you get caught on the wrong side of the play the ball, you could be penalised.
So here they come again with Luke Lewis on the Panthers side that lost the 2004 World Club Challenge to the Bradford Bulls. Will he be on the winning or losing side here tonight? That was Townsend, and here is Gallen. Gallen tries to get Cronulla. Good defence from Wigan. It was a marauding run coming in then from Luke Lewis. Townsend to Maloney. Maloney gives it width and finds Latelli. Latelli off the fingertips of the winger. Wigan survive.
Latelli done everything right then, didn't he? He drew in the wing. You can just see, look, Tierney just bites in. It's just that final pass, but he had created the space because of the little flick pass. Tierney, the right winger for Wigan, had fought That pass coming, unfortunately, just doesn't go to hand.
Work on this tempo.
Some thought it maybe capable of score.
It's been a really strange opening 12 minutes, completely unlike the game last time. It's almost as though in only the last couple of minutes as it's settled into any normal phases. The phase here now for Wigan is to try and get up towards the halfway line as best as possible. Making metres has always been an area where British teams have struggled in the opening parts of games against the Aussies. How will Wigan go in this set?
I'm not surprised at games like this. The opening 12 minutes, the war of the words between the coaches, a bit of stick coming into this game. Both teams going to be ramping up. It's always going to be a forward battle early on before both teams start opening this up, and both teams have got very good players who like to play. It's a forwards game though early on.
Well, it is, and the grand final was very much like that in Australia last year. The Cronulla Sharks, they grounded the Melbourne Storm down. They had a tidy lead, then Melbourne came back late on, and 10 minutes from the end it was Fafita's try that settled the match, but it was a relentless charge towards the Melbourne line for much of that game last October.
And Wigan's game, Wigan always like to try and play through teams rather than around them. It's only when they gain that go forward that they'll try and go around them, and Wigan can do exactly the same. This sort of field position, they'll rush you in deep, they'll get bodies in front, they'll belt you and try and turn you on your back.
Go.
Coming forward again here with Wade Graham, left Penrith for the Sharks.
Hold, go.
Solid run to the halfway line, but that was a collision between Fafita and Ben Flower. Oh, and Bateman's gone down. Here they come again is Wade Graham.
Oh, there was an elbow there.
Well, the touch judge on the far side is on. He's seen something as well.
It's Wade Graham. There's a couple of big charges, big collisions. It gets the blood boiling and the adrenaline going. There's the forearm to the face. And you're right to reference the weak test. What it does, if those things are said about you, we'll just have a listen to what Robert Hicks says.
I'm all right to toss him, please. I need you to go away. Time off.
Just pick him up all day. They're doing the game all day.
Why does he not stand up and play the ball, which is what he's supposed to do? Tell him to sort his discipline out. He's been in an issue.
Here's where it starts. There's a big collision, Ben Flower and Fafita. He gets up screaming. Wade Graham gets stuck into Bateman, who collides with Flower, and then here's the forearm to the face. I was going to make the point that when there's a war of words during the week, sometimes that gets your blood boiling to the point where you just want to carry that ball, you want to run into people, and you forget what it's all about. Support the ball carrier, make the defenders try and guess and overread what's going on. There's been a bit too much one-out stuff from Wigan in the early exchanges.
This is Lewis Tierney for the Super League champions. He was at full-back against Brisbane last year in the World Club Series. He is here today on the wing. And this is George Williams. Gets the offload away. Sean O'Loughlin hangs on to it somehow. Now it's with Gildart. He checks and tries to come back on the inside, but there are plenty of reinforcements there in sky blue jerseys for the Cronulla Sharks. Williams drops the pass off to Frank Paul Nuwasala. It's a solid run from him. And Williams again will spread it wide to Luluai. He then finds Bateman. Good tackling by Maloney, and that's Gelling, and he dumps it over the top, looking for Tierney. And Sean Wayne knows that was close. It was a nice idea from Gelling, but it just wasn't executed perfectly. Look.
John.
Well, you expect the unexpected from that man, don't you? If he's your centre, he can do absolutely anything. You don't know what he's thinking. Lewis Tierney just overrun that ball. I think Wigan was setting up, hoping it was going to be a repeat set of 6. All lined up with an onside chase. Then good attention to Matt Pryor and Fafita in these opening exchanges.
Yeah, the pass was looking for Tierney, just maybe went forward a metre or two too far. Had he held the line and stayed back a bit, he would have picked that up maybe. It's a bruising contest, isn't it, already, as we approach the 16th minute. Here's Fafita again. Wigan's done the homework about him.
Best defence from Wigan here, isn't it, in the 15-60 minute period, but you can't wait and hope that that's enough as they go wide to Wade Graham and get up to the halfway line.
Last tackle coming up though here. Graham will play the ball, and it once again is with Maloney. They're running it on the last. Lewis stabs it in behind Burgess. Escarate comes across quickly. and cuts out the danger. Lewis following up, gets the tackle in. No work forward for Escaré then. This is a massive step for Morgan Escaré. Hardly in the Catalan Dragons side last year. Here he is playing in a World Club Challenge.
He's been a good signing though. All the Wigan players speak really fondly of him. That's how good he is. Full of energy again. Cronulla just trying to take those yards away early on from Wigan. Paul Gallant's called up to the referee now, Robert Hicks.
I tell Luke Lewis every set about his 10. I speak to Andrew Fafita. If they don't want to work with me, I'll move it on. Get it sorted. It's offside, mate. But we've just got an array of penalties. Sort your team out, please.
Eddie, these are good signs. If Andrew Fafita or Paul Gallen or Luke Lewis are talking to the referee, they're rattled. They're off the game. These are good signs if you're a Wigan player.
Let's go.
Well, they are good signs if you're a Wigan player. If you're a Sharky watching this, you probably think that, well, they're not getting the rub of the green from the referee, but Robert Hicks will have none of it out there. And here is Tony Clubb.
Well, it always evens itself up sometime in the game. But the referee is trying to work with both sets of players.
O'Loughlin drives it up the middle. Braley was into him very quickly with a little bit of help from Wade Graham as well. Powell to Luluai. Luluai gets the ball away. And did well to almost evade the first challenge from Latelli. It's with Liam Farrell. Liam Farrell gets the ball away to Gildart. Ducks under one. Can't get away from Chad Townsend.
Crossfield kick here to Turney, will it be?
Williams. It goes. It's a great kick. Oh! And he's going to produce a goal line dropout.
Well, it's perfect where that ball comes down.
Really, it's in the goal area. It would have been a seven plays.
Well, there you go. It's perfect when it comes down. He's on the line. He's got to defend that play. He's got Wigan shirts in front of him. He knows that if he doesn't catch it, there's a mistake, and then obviously it's a drop on. So it's a good play. It's a good kick.
Little shake of the head from Wade Graham.
Let's go, please, James.
It was a good kick. It was an excellent kick. It was just the wrong side of the.
It was a good outcome.
Of the try line, but
there's a lot.
It was a good outcome.
If you stand underneath that ball, whether you're standing on one side of the line or the other side, you're nervous. If you're not used to catching those high balls and you're not a fullback or you're not a winger, that's a good outcome.
The goal line dropout that gets
He's not having another of those
on the bounce to the halfway line. George Williams. Here comes Tony Clubb again. Halted by Fafita and his forward colleague Matt Pryor.
Hold, go. Move, that's two.
Gallen working hard. That could have been a penalty. Escaré drops the ball off to Bateman.
Three. Move. Hold here. Wait. Pause. Go.
Sam Powell. Luluai. Williams, ball back on the inside.
There was no space there. He clustered around the play of the ball.
Game enough though, Escaré, wasn't he? Luluai again, back it comes to Flower. Gallen with a very good challenge.
That whole set six has been around the rope, targeting the same defenders.
Luluai now. Kick to the left-hand side, looking for Burgess. Oh, and he claimed it. Well, he tried to, and Raymond came up with it.
That was a great take under pressure, wasn't it? Joe Burgess. Burgess was bumped off the ball. He still goes for that ball, but good take from Raymond.
Offside now against Wigan.
The one thing you can say about Robert Hicks is he's consistent. He's not looking, as I'm sure some of the Sharks players were thinking, for an edge or for an inch for either side. He'll stick to his task.
Go.
Well, there are a few players missing from both sides after last year's grand final. Interesting to see how Cronulla go this year in the NRL. It'll be very interesting to see how Wigan defend their crown. We've not got Josh Charnley, Dan Sargent and Dom Crosby or Matty Smith. They've all left the club since the grand final. This is Fafita. This is Fafita, who's such a dangerous runner.
Go.
Braley gets it away to the half-back, and that was a good ball from Townsend that found Lewis. Solid defence needed by Wigan here. They've got 3 tackles remaining. Braley again fires the ball. That was Townsend. Here is Maloney. Good work by Luluai. Townsend again. Gallen turns, offloads. Braley. Stab to the in-goal area. Chases on. And Tierney to the rescue. Knocked that ball dead. It was an interesting little kick from Townsend.
It was a well-weighted kick, wasn't it, from Townsend? He had some good outside push on the left edge. Just drops it onto his boot. Oof, Tierney had to be there as well, didn't he? Otherwise Graham would have scored a try.
Here's Tierney, son of Jason, of course. Jason played in the this World Club Challenge himself. A bit of history.
Wigan now are starting to rotate the forwards. If you look at Wigan's bench, Joel Tompkins, normally a back rower, came on last week as a prop forward, then Tony Clubb prop forward, Talima Tautai, Ryan Sutton, all big men up front.
Drop out from Morgan Escaray into the arms of Gerard Beale. Here is Matt Pryor again. Good chase from their own line by Wigan. And he makes 15 metres forward after the goal line dropout. Was caught. Gallen though drags his men to the 20-metre line. Braley goes left with ball. And this is Latelli, fed by Maloney. Early again, Maloney. Gallen. Such a servant for this club is Paul Gallen. Braley. Pryor. Look out. Good tackle. Great tackle. George Williams on Luke Lewis. Back they go into centre field with Braley. And now with Maloney. Maloney stabs it to the in-goal again. This time though it's too long. Narrow in-goal. Probably narrower than they are used to in the NRL.
You had to have nerves of steel though then, didn't you? Oof. Could be a penalty, could it? Was it high on Tierney? No, this is the referee.
The referee thought it wasn't.
Well, good job, he had good footwork, isn't it? To beat that challenge. Some Cronulla player had been shot out the line. Have a look at that. Yeah, right across the shoulder from James Maloney.
Talima Tautai is on the field. Up against his former club. He's got the Cronulla Sharks on his CV. Sean O'Loughlin off the field, the skipper. Joel Tompkins on. Sean Wayne rotating the troops. Liam Farrell almost goes inside Braley. And this is Powell, who gets it away to Williams, who gets it to Kilduff, who gets it to Burgess, and Burgess gets a second. Sam Tompkins and the rest of the Wigan players on the sideline, on his feet and applauding that. What a start for Joe Burgess. Well, he hardly played for the Roosters, only 4 appearances, then he was farmed out to the Rabbitohs. 9 appearances, 7 tries in all last year in the NRL. But Big Joe is back home, and he's got 2 tries against the Australian Premiers in the opening 25 minutes of this World Cup Challenge.
But winning that ruck speed, picking the ball up, going one side of the ruck, switching it back to the other, to where your half-back partner is George Williams. It's clever play, you tie the half-backs up, all of a sudden the defenders who are defending on the right start shifting over to the left, give it back to George Williams, who attacks them on that side, gives it to that man, and all he's got to do is hold his whip for Joe Burgess. It's a good start for him, isn't it?
Lovely stuff from Sam Powell. He sniffs the opportunity to ride the ruck speed. It's like watching the UFC for the opening 20 minutes or so, wrestling, trying to slow the game down. The minute it speeds up, it starts to open up, and it results in a try for the Warriors.
And it's uncanny the number of times that Liam Farrell plays the ball before Wigan try. And if you trace that back to cause and effect, I think that the surge that he put in, the actual dent that he put into the defensive line, helped to set up the try, and that's a wonderful conversion from Morgan Escaray.
It is. Wigan are in double figures after 24 minutes. They lead by 10 points to 0.
Yeah, the 2 markers not set and ready. Sam Powell just scoots around, and when the opposition are in retreat, Wigan have got the players with the skills to exploit it. Nice in and out from Burgess. 6 more points for the Warriors.
Any good hooker will challenge a man who's not getting back. He's not squared at marker, and that's exactly what Sam Powell did. Spotted at Andrew Fafita, couldn't get square. He goes at him, attacks him, and as his teammates try to cover it across, gives the balls to George Williams, who just calm, composed, slots it to the wing.
Andrew Fafita taking a breather, blowing hard. It's been a very combative opening 24.5 minutes. Here's Tautai for Wigan. 10-0 last night. Warrington streaked into an early lead. They never looked back. Tonight, or rather today, can Wigan do the same? Tompkins gets it away to Luluai. He thought about the pass wide, fought twice, and then took the tackle from James Maloney.
Yeah, there was no teammate in a better position than him.
Oh, Gelling, as he fairly got the ball away, and that's a knock on both ways. Referee says the zero tackle, play on.
Well, there was a couple of times in this set that a Wigan player's got his arm free and then pulled it back. I thought, no, I'll just keep on, but Gelling just offloads that ball. Again, look where you're defending from your own mistake.
There was a knock on both ways in the way that ball came to Cronulla. See, there's a knock on there.
It was in Matt Pryor. He jumps up the number 10 for Cronulla.
That was after the Wigan knock on. This is Jason Bakuya.
Hold here. Wait.
Came on as a sub in the grand final as well. Gallen. Out wide it goes to Latelli in the hands of James Maloney.
Go.
Picked up off the ground by Catewell. Driven in by Pryor, and he loses the ball. Bateman will bring it back. This is the zero tackle. We're playing Super League rules.
Yeah, Matt Pryor was hit hard, wasn't he? Sam Powell that comes over the top. John Bateman just cleans up. Needs some of the backs in here now to get them out of trouble. Liam Farrell goes in, scoots the ball forward. A couple of quick flares are needed.
No free plays for the mistakes, Stuart, but zero tackle called and play on.
That's right, that's the international law as well. So any mistake, knock on, forward pass. Next play, if the kick possession is a zero tackle.
Sam Powell's gone for a 40-20 here, just didn't quite get the bounce or the angle right. What a great run from Capewell, but what a great chase from defence by Tompkins.
He hurts himself as well, Powell.
He put his hand in his
Kicking
face
on the
first.
third play. Didn't want to make those mistakes like they did in the previous set. Want to buy as much land as they can.
Go.
Solid defensive display from Wigan thus far. That will really please Sean Wayne. Well, solid apart from the two early errors that almost gifted the Sharks a dream start to this match. As it is, Wigan have had the dream start. They're leading 10-0, but here they come again. The Cronulla Sharks. Latelli being forced towards the touchline. That's the fifth tackle. Last one coming up then. And it's with Maloney, and it'll go high, right underneath the post, right on the goal line. But George Burgess was tackled in the air.
Luke Lewis it was.
That might be okay. No, here it's not.
Joe Burgess goes up, focuses on catching that ball up.
No.
Eyes on the ball. Luke Lewis comes in. Although he doesn't
onside.
go up with his arms, he stands his ground, just his chest bumps into him. So that's illegal, that's why the penalty's been awarded.
Confusion there, Stuart, because in the NRL that's allowed.
Well, no, that would still be penalised. You know, you can't tackle the defender in the air, and that's basically what the penalty was for. He's made contact in the air.
That's for dragging now. So that penalty comes on the back of, you can push the players into touch, but you can't drag. And there it is, they're all running in now. Well, it's maybe 18 minutes longer than what they expected.
There's been a little bit going on in the ruck in the play of the ball. A couple of facials, a bit of forearm to the throat. There was a hair pull. Salima Tautai, he gets one, stands up, plays his ball. There's a rub in the face, a grip of the shirts, and that is the cue. That is the cue. Let's all get in.
Okay, go away, mate. I've talked to you now. You can't run in like that. You'll cause me to have issues that I don't want to have. I don't want you running back at them is what I mean. So we'll just take the penalty and let me deal with it.
Stuart, there does seem some discussion about that business of tackling in the air.
Yeah, well, I think the Cronulla side are saying that he never actually tackled him in the air. There was contact in the air, but not tackling. He's been penalised there for the drag into touch and not the hair pull that we saw on the ground. So You know, there's a bit of frustration, I think, from the Cronulla players, which Robert Hicks is trying to deal with at the moment.
You get the feeling this is a tinderbox.
Well, it's looking that way at the moment. There's a long way to go.
There is, and they keep hearing the referee, Robert Hicks, telling Paul Gallen to calm his players down. Well, they're trailing, and they are obviously feeling they are not being given a rub of the green by the officials out there in the middle.
Eddie, and I'll go back to what I said previously. If you're playing against a team that's questioning the referee, that are really frustrated, that are talking an awful lot, disgruntled with decisions, and that could have been a penalty, could it, on Thomas Luluai? Players coming out the line, trying to solve problems themselves. You know you've got them on the back foot.
This is going to be a penalty if you're not careful. It was a penalty to Cronulla.
Take his leg and take him to ground. Let him stand up. You pulled his leg and took him to ground.
Well, he's saying that he's locked him in, Chris Hyington.
Chops him in and turns him over. Penalty.
I think Robert Hicks has misread that one, because I think the original penalty was a straddle by Hyington trying to go back over the top of the ruck.
I saw it.
You know, he's pushing away, tries to go over the top. That's the penalty.
It's gone the other way. And, well, the penalty count is 7-3 in Wigan's favour, which is probably why there's a little bit of disgruntlement in the Cronulla Sharks camp at the moment. Half an hour gone. Wigan ahead by 10 points to 0. And this now is Brown, who's come on the field. Gets it to Hyington, who in turn finds Maloney.
Come on. Move. Hold. Wait. Go.
Manu Brown at dummy half gets the pass away to Hyington. The threat from Chris Hyington is dealt with by Sam Powell. Brown again. Here now is Townsend. Townsend back on the inside. Big hit by Talima Tautai on Bakuya. Good play the balls though. This is red for danger for Wigan. The ball bounces eventually to Gallen. It's still the last tackle coming up here, so they're running it. And then Maloney puts the ball out high, and it arrives eventually at Kate Wells' hands, and the referee will hand this upstairs again on the last tackle. They've got no try on the field, and another decision coming up for Phil Bentham.
That's right. Well, he wants to see if there's a knock-on in the air this time. They believe there's a knock-on by the Cronulla winger. As he goes up to challenge the ball for the ball again, he's from a kick, so we're all on side. So he's playing from here. Is it a knock-on by Cronulla? It looks like it goes straight through his arms onto his leg. So there's not. He's obviously got to touch his hand or arm for it to be classed as a knock-on. Does it touch it? My initial look was that it went straight through his arms and onto his leg. I don't think there's a knock-on there. What happens after this? Does he manage to get the ball down? Oh, well, it looks like
on the point, he does.
Yeah, I think he's got the ball down. Does it touch the line as it hits the floor? Oh, it just clips the line, I think, as it goes down.
That's got to be British wishful thinking. That's right, isn't it?
You got the point to the ball, haven't you? Let's not forget.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's got to be inside. You know, any part of that ball touches the line, it's a no try.
But if the centre of the point of the ball touches in a legitimate try first.
And I get that, but you know we've got to have proof of that. It's been given as no try.
Still looking at this first of all, which is it a knock on?
Are you convinced he doesn't touch that? Does it clip the inside of his left arm? And all we're looking at.
We're clutching at straws, not anything else.
Do we know why it was disallowed?
Disallowed for a knock on. Well, it wasn't disallowed. It was given as no try because they felt there was a knock on. So they've got to be sufficiently confident that that hasn't touched the arm. Certainly from where I'm looking, I would think straight through. I would think that goes straight through onto his leg. So I think that's play on from there.
The critical thing is the grounding of the football. And if it's a deflated ball, it will splodge on the ground. But it's a pretty well pumped football, this. And the tip of the ball hits the deck. I'm with Phil. I think it's before it touches the outside. There.
Well, if you look at that angle doesn't separate, for me, it doesn't give me clear grounding. I think he puts that ball down on the line, you know. He looks there.
But that's 1/24th of a second. If you split it even more.
I think this is a try strike.
Well, it's been given as no try, and Phil Bentham has got to find 100% proof.
If I was making that decision, I would say it's no try because I think that ball's touching the line. But I'm not making that decision. Phil Bentham's got to make that decision. It was given as no try on the field, so is there sufficient evidence there that the try has been scored? I think on the first, the knock-on, I'm happy that it went straight through on that. I think it's no try.
And you're right. Shane Flanagan
20. He hasn't got
was
sufficient
the
evidence. 20.
expression of a man
This is at 20, mate.
who is far from
You
happy.
need sufficient evidence.
Big call, and a tough call, to be fair.
Get in the ball, mate.
It was a tough goal.
Sent upstairs as no try.
Stop. Zero.
That means it's likely going to be no try unless there's something absolutely clear cut. And Phil Benson didn't think it was clear cut. Let's go down to Bill.
Eddie, it's been a bruising confrontation, and I'm afraid, I'm surprised, amazed that it's taken this long for somebody to leave the field with a knock, and it's Talima Tautai who's gone off straight to the dressing room. It's concussion assessment he's gone for. Was a bit wobbly when he came off. I think there'd be one or two other wobbly players out there by the time this had finished. Cronulla were convinced that was a try. It even sent the kicking tee out there in readiness for the conversion.
Yes, I thought they had, and I agree with you, Bill. Talima Tautai looked really shaky on his legs, and he might not return this afternoon. We'll have to wait and see. It's all in the hands of the medics now. Meanwhile, Wigan, as you see, have turned this ball over, and Luke Lewis has it for the Sharks. They're midway inside Wigan territory. And Famina Brown is there at dummy half, and he gets it away, and that was Hyington. And there is Maloney, and the runner is Graham. Brown again, went left, came back right. Bakuya gets the pass away. Here is Takatesi. Brown, and a little drop-off pass from Townsend. Solid enough defence again from Wigan, but Cronulla Sharks right on the try line. Good hands, Gerard Beale in towards the corner. Lewis Teague says we're taking no chances.
Yeah, good width in that attack then from Cronulla. Nice clean passes. Lewis Tierney finds the ball, just dropped behind him. Good attacking play, isn't it, from Cronulla? Good inside ball. Kept his feet, drops it onto the boot. Well, pressuring Wigan now.
If Wigan want to make history and win this World Club challenge for a fourth time, it's moments and minutes like this that will determine the chances here. There is obviously some fatigue. They've played for over half an hour in a fast and physical demanding game here. But I think, you know, this Cronulla side are starting to get their attack together, and Maloney and Townsend are finally working out where to put the players into the best gap. So this is going to take a special effort here to prevent a try.
Long delay before Morgan Eskeray took that dropout. I think you're right, they are feeling the pinch, Phil. Here is Hyington.
Move back here, hold. Go.
It's Brown again at dummy half. Bakuya,
sort yourself out.
the 10-time Fiji international, gets to his feet. There's the ball to Brown. It's Maloney again, the danger man, the go-to man of the Cronulla Sharks. Grounded 10 metres away from the line. Here's Bakuya again, finds Chris Hyington. Townsend. And they give it some width here. This is Jack Bird. Rahman goes in at dummy half. He finds Luke Lewis. Flat pass on the spin. Oh, a drop ball by Takatesi.
There's your special effort, Phil. The last 2 or 3 minutes have been really stressful for the Wigan Warriors. Put themselves under pressure, and they know the lethal try-scoring prowess of this Cronulla side. It's a good defensive effort. There's the mistake.
He's knocked out.
Ryan Sutton puts pressure on the ball carrier, and the ball spews out.
Well, as you can see, there's a big fat zero, or you will in a moment see a big fat zero against the Cronulla Sharks name in this match. I just wonder whether in this opening game of 2017 for them, whether they really are finding scoring tries a problem, because remember their top 3 try scorers from 2016 are all missing tonight. Valentine Holmes, Ben Barber and Sosafeki. So there's a little bit of firepower missing. Ben Barber, of course, is no longer with the club.
Move! Hold! Wait! Go!
We'll see as the afternoon progresses.
It's the players that pull the strings, though, isn't it? The likes of Townsend and Maloney that create those opportunities. And now Cronulla in the last 10 minutes have just started to open the players up. They do like the look of their left side. They keep going down their left, targeting Wigan's right.
Williams gets it away to Gildart. He's surrounded by 2, one at the front, one at the back.
17. Go.
This is the last one here for Wigan. Williams kicks.
That's clear.
Right-footed. And straight into the arms of Gerard Beale, I beg your pardon.
Move, John!
He's got good footwork, hasn't he? Kiwi international. He makes some good meters coming out of trouble. The back line
as well.
Cronulla, yeah.
There's Maloney. And once again it's Capewell.
Go.
Brown. And Tagatesi.
Move! Come on, Sam. Hold here, Liam. Go.
Brown again. From the ground into the arms of Maloney. Shaped to pass the ball on the inside. Because Hyington was there, but elected instead to take the tackle.
Tony! Go.
High off the boot of the halfback Chad Townsend. 3 Wiganers there. Oh, the ball has dropped. And there is a chance here for Wade Graham. Scrambling defence from Wigan. Still loose. Referee gives a penalty, I think, for something or other. And it's to Wigan on their own line. It was pulled out, says referee Robert Hicks.
Well, it was great defence, wasn't it? And great scramble defence from Wigan. The offload trying to get it to one of the teammates, and then does Morgan Escudero come up with it as it's stripped. But I actually thought that Lewis Tierney was taken out. When he was standing to catch the ball, was he taken out?
Well, I thought he was taken out, but I haven't looked at that. The penalty was for passing after the tackle was complete, passing off the ground. It was last tackle as well, so it would have been a handoff to Wigan.
Hold. Wait. Go.
There was a tackle made, was there?
Apparently.
Okay.
Well, let's think where we are in the game, boys, yeah? 2. Move, maybe 10. 10, Luke. Hold next me. Hold. Go.
Escudero gets it to Joel Tompkins. Here's Williams. Wigan snap from defence to attack.
All the way. Hold.
That could have been a penalty.
Go.
Penalty count 8-3 in Wigan's favour. Farrell gets a loose ball away. Gildart can't pick it up. And Jack Bird has it for the Sharks.
Well, passes between the big men all around the ruck. Thinking that Cronulla's started to switch off. Big set of 6 here now for Wigan.
Good stuff from Wigan now. Brown. Hyington turns the ball into centre field. 3 waiting for the carrier. Brown again, right on halfway. It's Maloney now. This is the danger man. Tracked all the way down by Tony Clubb, and then pushed again. So this will be a penalty to the Sharks.
Wigan was stripped of numbers when they came in and shut the previous play down. James Maloney spots it. He attacks that side straight away. More possession to Cronulla.
They're inviting Cronulla into their own territory, Wigan. And they're 10 metres away from the try line as we approach half-time. This is Hyington. He plays the ball to Brown. Back it comes. Once again to Maloney. That's Townsend. That was Lewis. That was Beale. And it's knocked down by Joe Burgess. And that's a try-saver.
Well, they'll have another set to defend here, Wigan. But James Maloney is growing in this game. Whenever he's near the Wiggins line, he's having a big influence, putting the players around him where he wants them. He's like an arrowhead at times. Shane Flanagan, well, he knows that maybe a chance has gone a begging there because of that man, Joe Burgess, sticking his hand up. But every time Maloney goes at the line now, he's a running threat. He's going straight to the line. He's holding defenders up. He's got options inside and outside.
Find him. Heads in.
Well, Joe Burgess denying Jesse Raman a debut try. But they still have a big minute to face here, Wigan, because Cronulla suddenly are on the front foot.
Move, baby, Morgan! Hold!
It's Latelli who gets to his feet. Brown. And Tagatesi.
2, move,
ball down by Luluai.
Go.
Brown again. Maloney. He finds Townsend. Good hit by George Williams.
Good job that ball didn't go out then because they were caught to numbers, Wigan.
And he's hurt. He's hurt, is Chad Townsend.
He's had plenty of traffic thrown at him, George Williams. Whether it's been the big second rower, Lewis running at him, or he's had to make decisions like that. Showed up well so far, George Williams.
Tackle 3.
Well, they look like they're just checking everything with
This is the square.
Townsend. Was it high? Did high?
Well, I think he's gone over the shoulder, hasn't he, George Williams? Just caught him around the head.
Not spotted. Just checking him out. Former junior Kangaroo skipper is Chad Townsend. Back after a couple of years with the New Zealand Warriors, gets the thumbs up from a trainer. So we have just less than 20 seconds of this first half remaining. And there's Maloney, and there's a short ball looking for Wade Graham, finding Wade Graham. Wigan find him too. Bit of a push and a shove at the ruck. Referee doesn't blow the whistle. Hyington finds Townsend. They come wide looking for Raymond out this side. And again it's Joe Burgess who gets the hand to it, knocks it down. He's had a wonderful first half. Has Joe? Talk about coming back home and coming back with a bang. Try last week against Salford in the Betfred Super League. 2 tries here today in the Dacia World Club Challenge. Shark doesn't look too happy. The Wigan crowd are. And Cronulla and Wigan leave the field at half-time. With Cronulla having yet to score there and coming almost 50 years to the day since their inaugural game. Sharks against Penrith were admitted to the New South Wales Premiership in 1967, raising the number of teams from 10 to 12. 24th of February 1967, the Panthers won 18-12. It was the first game to be played under the 4-tackle rule. Always like to bring a little bit of history to the event.
Well, Cronulla need to play better if they want to add some more history, and the trophy at the end of this game wasn't the best performance. But I'm sure here now as the game's going on, we saw there was more fluidity in their attack, and that will continue, I'm sure. They're going to take this kick off here now and charge forward.
The Wigan Warriors are still on the field, and just checking across the line, there's still no sign of Sean O'Loughlin, who came off fairly early in that first half. Hope there's no problems for him. There he is, the skipper, still on the sideline, but looks like he might be on the exercise bike and keeping warm, so we might see him again.
He'll be definitely back on it, just because the makeup of the bench that Sean went with. He's gone for size in the starting 13 and 4 big players on the bench, so the rotation of Sean O'Loughlin was always going to happen.
Number Taitai is out there again, so obviously his head test has gone all right, and Thomas Luluai took a nasty bang on the top of the head at the end of that first half, and as you can see, he's wearing a scrum cap for the remainder of this World Club Challenge. Here now is Maloney, who floats a high ball again to test the Wigan defence. A big collision, the ball bounces everywhere. Liam Farrell has it. Maloney, he got 6 goals for the Roosters in the 2014 World Club Challenge win against Wigan in Sydney. Now let's just take a look at the way that Thomas Luluai picked up this injury. He got a nasty boot on the top of the head, and off he came with blood streaming from the wound at the end of the first half. And now, as I say, he has got the scrum cap on. This, meanwhile, is a run forward by the number 19 Ryan Sutton, one of the big men brought on because Sean O'Loughlin is off the field, and a dab towards the corner post by Morgan Escaray, who follows up the kick and brings down Gerard Beale. Good work.
It's always good when you can see forwards like that just passing the ball between themselves, supporting the teammate. Ryan Sutton, when he goes through the gap, all of a sudden he's thinking, where's my teammates? But a clever kick again into the corner. Both of these sides in the opening stages in the second half will tough it out again. Maybe not as long as they did in the first half, but they'll just keep it tight, try and gain some ground up the field.
You get the impression that the match will open up at some stage in this second half.
It will do. They had the opportunities in the closing stages in that second half. They're a good side. Here we go.
And here they go with Tagatasi, and he gets to Morgan Escaray, who sticks to him like glue. Well done, the full-back, but he's made great ground. This is Brown. He stabs the ball to the in-goal area, and it is just too long.
James Maloney just clapped his hands then, frustrated. He had 4 attackers on the left against Wigan's 2 defenders. The ball goes to the right side. Bit of a let-off, really, for Wigan.
A great break early in the match from Cronulla. I wonder if Shane Flanagan has told them to take a few more risks in this second half. Probably found the breath now, found the wind. High shot, meanwhile, on Anthony Gelling.
There's more to come from Cronulla as they get the high shot here from Gelling. Goes straight in between two players. Maloney up top and high. Here's the break. Tagatese. He's really strong, powerful. Going through, looking for offloading the ball.
And so Wigan will start here on the halfway with Luluai finds Joel Tompkins.
Surrender! Scan, go!
And Sam Powell goes into centre field and Tulima Tautai. Wigan trundling the ball down the middle again.
Move back up bit.
Last Super League side to win the World Club Challenge. Leeds 2008 against Melbourne, 2012 against Manly.
3, move, Chad! Mate, hold here, hold. Wait!
So we've had to wait a wee while since we celebrated. Sutton again will take the ball forward, dumped to the ground. Good tackling once again by Bakuya. Here is Williams. Fires a flat pass to Tompkins. He tries to get the ball away. That was touched, I think. Is he going to wipe the tackle count down? Morgan Escaray has the ball for Wigan, running laterally. Fires it now to Gildart. Gildart ducking under and try! Try from Oliver Gildart! And the Sharks surround the referee. They're not happy about something. But he walks away. They're probably not very happy with the fact that they've conceded the try to Oliver Gildart in the 4th minute of the second half. Gildart, 2 tries last week against Salford as well.
Some great work here in the build-up. It's Joel Tompkins who gets a loose, scrappy offload that bobbles along the floor. Morgan Escaray picks it up, searching for somebody to pass it to. A show and go. Oliver Gildart gets over for a try. Son of Ian Gildart was a non-playing sub in 1987, involved in 91 for the Wigan Warriors. Let's celebrate this. Good moments, good footwork and a good finish.
Enjoyed that, didn't he, Oliver Gildart? Why wouldn't he? He was on the wing in the 2015 extra time defeat in the World Club Series against Brisbane here. Following up his good form at the end of last season when he got a try in the grand final against Warrington with his 3rd try of 2017. So they increase the lead. 14-0, kick to come from the far side. Tagatese's taking a breather by the looks of things. Meanwhile, Morgan Escaray. Very difficult kick. Far out on the touchline, left-hand side.
Stay direct, yeah.
3 goals last week against Salford on his Wigan debut. Had quite a season, 2014. 29 tries never present for the Dragons. He's hoping to find that form again in 2017 here at Wigan. Here he is with the conversion attempt. Looks okay, looks okay. It is okay. Great kick from Escaray. 16-0.
Well, the kick's a wonderful conversion, but he also did the damage when he was going across the field. He was looking to pull one of the Cronulla players out line when that man scores the try. Oliver Gildart, look at him, he goes across, and the number 7, Townsend, he bites in. As soon as he bites in on Townsend, Gildart steps back inside, and that's where Townsend wouldn't have been if he would have brought the line. Or that's where he would have been if he wouldn't have brought the line. Good play from Morgan Escaray. Said at the start, Eddie, astute signing.
Adam Hills, the comedian watching in the stadium. Australian comedian, but he appears on a lot of British programmes as well. And, well, he won't be having a happy day if he's a Cronulla Sharks fan, which I'm sure he is.
I don't think he'll be cracking any jokes.
Won't be laughing much tonight, Terry, will he?
No.
Not at 16-0. 6.5 minutes of the second half gone. Let's hear the half-time news. What was said in the dressing rooms, Bill?
Well, Cronulla Sharks, despite that setback, still believe that they can get over this Wigan Warriors side. They just need to crack the defence, and the Sharks, though, believe they can outlast the Warriors. They can overcome them. They'll have to get on the right side of the referee. Bit of chuntering in the Sharks camp about the penalty count, and a bit of muttering about those no-try decisions.
I bet there is, and there's a little bit of a muttering here for Gerard Beale, but he does brilliantly well to get out of trouble. And then he is pulled over the sideline, and it's a penalty that goes against Wigan, and that is consistency from Robert Hicks, because he penalised Cronulla for exactly the same thing.
I told you, didn't I? Robert Hicks, he doesn't care who's playing. It's all about the rules. He does incredibly well.
I think it's a different scenario. There's one man involved in that tackle. There were a gang of 3 or 4 on the previous one, but anyway, Cronulla have had
just to this change of
bad luck.
I think it's ruled that the tackle's complete there, and then he dragged him after that, which is slightly different to the early one, but the result is the same.
9-5 the penalty count now in Wigan's favour.
Listen to the call.
Gallen will take the ball forward again for the Sharks. Releases the ball backwards, picked up by Brown. That was Townsend, and here they come once again. This is Hyington. Tautai deals with the threat, wrestles him to the floor. Gets up and plays the ball to Brown again. Brown goes right and finds Gallen. Gallen then goes wide and finds Townsend. Townsend drops the kick off, drops the ball off to Bakuya. Gallen again.
Well, this is better to watch, isn't it, from Cronulla? A little bit more ball movement, some free play.
Release 3.
3 tackles gone. They're inside the Wigan half of the field. Now it is with Fifita. Puts a hand in the face of Liam Farrell, releases the pass. Bakuya picks it up again and then drops it under pressure from Tautai. Good work by Tulima Tautai. Right, let's get straight down to Bill again.
You'll notice that Tommy Luluai is now wearing a scrum cap. Meanwhile, that's Steve Price just leaving the field because Cronulla have turned over possession. And the word with Steve Price is that he's the Sharks waterman. He's played about as many minutes as anybody else out there for the Sharks. He's virtual ever present on the field. He's getting some terrible stick from the Wigan supporters around me. You aren't used to seeing this sort of thing, but it's the water off a duck's back.
Oh, he'll be on and off, don't worry about that. Carrying water, it's a warm day in Wigan.
Well, we saw this last night. Penalty at the scrum. The front rower, who is not allowed to strike for the ball, it's Wade Graham on that occasion. Once the ball is in the scrum, the hooker can hook it, but before it goes in, the front rower can't attempt to strike it back.
Gelling takes the ball forward. Barry has been reading the rule book at the start of the season, and that's a first in all of his career.
Guidelines.
Powell is the dummy half for Wigan here as they start again, looking for another chink in this armour. It is with Sutton, and he takes a big hit.
Done well, Sutton, since he's come on. Big boy, trundles the ball forward.
Escaré, back it comes to Liam Farrell. Liam Farrell's played in a few of these World Club challenges in the past. In fact, this is his 5th. He's yet to win one. Is he going to break the duck today? Bateman with an angled run, taking it straight into the chest of for Manu Brown. Powell scheming, looking right and left, goes left. Williams, nice little kick, fumbled, does well again, and then he's pushed back towards his line by Burgess, but again, good work from Gerard Beale.
He's come up with a couple of big players, hasn't he, for Cronulla, Gerard Beale. In the opening few minutes of the second half, again, just saved some pressure, going off again. Bateman getting involved with some players as Wigan sent 4 players into dominator, but making a slow play the ball, turn the Cronulla player onto his back. Again, going at Marcus Hyington.
Well, you know that Cronulla are not going to run round you or pass the ball because all the players in the middle of the field. We're going to push through more defenders. Gallen tries to widen the field of attack, but all 5 players are going here now, and the kicker should be under pressure.
Well, he had plenty of time, as it turned out, but the kick goes straight into the arms of Escaré, who gives it to Lewis Tierney. And can Lewis Tierney use his elusive speed to get through? No, he can't, because Bakuya was there. He goes down 40 metres away from his own line. It's a big hitting defence we've seen today. Farrell again.
There's not much space, is there? Cronulla now starting to stack it in really tight, getting up. A couple of the speedsters coming in for Wigan in the early few players, now Liam Farrell.
And I think also Sean Wayne sensing that he needs to rotate those middlemen. Frank Paul Nuasala, he rejoins the action.
Luluai evades the first flying challenge, can't get away from the next 2. Powell and Williams will hoist a high kick. And that really is high. Ball has bounced. Who did that bounce off? It bounced off Burgess, so the referee will allow play to go on. Well, there's a knock on. Well, it obviously wasn't off Burgess, but he might have brought it back for the original offence.
So he drew no knock on by Burgess. It went backwards off Cronulla, so it ends up with a goal line dropout.
I think that's a knock on by Burgess.
Looks there, yes.
Yeah. A couple of things going for Wigan here.
Back off your man. Tussage is right there.
And then the offload, the mistake, the drop off now under the sticks.
Let's go then. Over here, James.
Well, he rode his luck there. Burgess.
You could probably tell from his reaction as well, because he didn't chase that ball, did he? No. Knowing that he'd made the mistake.
Goal line drop out to halfway. Escaré underneath it on his knees. Frank Paul Nuasala is back. The Kiwi international, 30th birthday last Monday for Big Frank.
Release one. Me, please.
Goes down. Pile in defence, don't they, the Sharks? First man, second man, and then sometimes two more come in. Only two needed then. Maloney doing the job, second man. This is Luluai. Gives the pass away to Bateman.
Me, please, Brett.
Bateman goes down. Missed last week, did Bateman inside today because Willie Isa is unavailable. Sam Powell, 20 metres away, Wigan, looking for another try. Williams. Still Williams. Gets it away to Ryan Sutton. Maloney couldn't get to him. Nice kick from Luluai, looking for Tierney, and well watched all the way by Kurt Capewell. They turned that ball over, Wigan, right on Cronulla's own line.
George Williams can read a game so quickly. He looks on, he starts on the left-hand side, knows that they've got numbers in defence, so he brings it across to the right. And now there's a mistake here. The urgency which Cronulla are trying to speed the game up, trap near their line. They need to play the ball as quick as they can, and then they've just made the mistake. You see getting up, losing the ball cleanly, but again they've been put under pressure from the kick, kicking the ball in behind Cronulla and asking them to bring it forward.
Their first game of 2017 this, but they have had three, Bird, Fafita and Graham, all in the Indigenous All-Stars 13 that took on and beat the World All-Stars at Newcastle in Australia last Friday by 34 points to 8. Oh, hello. One against the head.
You look for turning points in games. Cronulla have been outplayed, and clearly the scoreboard shows that perhaps they needed the luck to turn their way. They've amazingly won possession back from the scrum. You know, my obsession with more contest for the ball here. Maybe it looks a mess, but whoever it is deserves some credit for getting the ball back for his team.
It's Fafita. I think he backed down at hooker.
Well, he struck for the
possibly the
ball.
biggest hooker in the world.
He struck for the ball, which is something you rarely see, and they got the ball back. Hence the reason why they are in this position of the field now with Matt Pryor. Are we seeing the return of the contested scrum, gentlemen, in 2017?
Messy, isn't it? I hope not.
High kick here from Maloney. Well fielded by Burgess again. Joe trying to get away. Good tackling by Maloney, who got the kick away, of course. Gelling.
He's been good in all them challenges, hasn't he, Joe Burgess?
He's had a great second home debut, there's no question about that. Tierney got a smack in the face off Fafita. Gets up though and evades the challenge on the second occasion. This is Bukuya who got to him. Farrell to Tompkins.
Quick rucks again, that's what suits Wigan.
You know, Cronulla might have some big players, but they don't have any with a better engine than Liam Farrell. He's there now, and this ability to continue at the same pace and intensity for the full 80 is going to be a challenge for Cronulla defenders on the far side of the field. He'll keep going.
He will. Deservedly man of the match at the grand final. Liam Farrell. And as I say, facing opposition from the other side of the world in this World Club Challenge for the 5th time and yet to win. They are 16-0 up, and we have about 24 minutes of the match remaining. Not over yet by a long chalk. Here's Gallen.
Release, 4. Hold now. Go.
Brown gets it away. It's Townsend.
Move, George. Back here. Hold, go.
George Williams doing well. Maloney. Kick coming. Going to the left-hand side. High. Hanging. Oh, easy for Gelling. Did well.
Easy for Gelling. Needs a bit more pressure though, James Maloney. When he kicked that ball, it was too easy for him. Just keep an eye on Chad Townsend, the number 7. He's got a very good show and go. And he's going more and more at the line.
I think Matt Fry's going to bang off one of his own players here. They went for Teeny. Maloney missed him, and there was a clash of heads. Nasty clash of heads.
But you're not expecting that one.
Bang. Oof.
Yeah. They're the one you're going into the tackle. You're thinking that you've got it in control. You're not expecting your teammate's head to ricochet into you.
Keep the mark, please. Yeah, mate, tough.
So he was outstanding last year.
He was, and he played in the second row for St George Illawarra Dragons in the 21-15 victory against Wigan in 2011 in this match. So Wigan 0-1.
Surrender! Stand, 3, go.
Luluai. Down the short side. Bateman just rode that challenge. Came in from Maloney.
So he's one of the strongest players that's playing Super League, John Bateman. Not much of him, but he gives his all every time he takes that ball.
And Maloney and Townsend put it about a bit as well in defence, don't they? Why hack downfield, which bounces kindly for Gerard Beale. We can move up in numbers. Good work by Bateman again.
They can't get fed up of kicking the ball, whether it be early on the third play or on the last play, like Sam Powell did then.
Wait, go.
Oh, a mess, a real mess, and a penalty to Cronulla's second one. They've got a penalty when the ball comes away like that, but it was off Liam Farrell's foot.
We just sense a shift in the game. Cronulla won the ball from a scrum that Wigan had to attack and probably kill off this game. And now they've had another penalty here. We get an opportunity to see what Cronulla have got left. They came from behind in the NRL Grand Final to win it. Can they do it now in the World Cup Series? It's 16 points. They need to score some points pretty soon.
Yes, they do. They were 8-0 down. Or rather, they were 8-0 up in the Grand Final. Then they trailed and they came back and won it in the last 10 minutes. Townsend gets the ball away. Beale stabs it to the in-goal area. Oh, and it's come through. That is a try on the far side for Raymond. Jesse Raymond has scored for the Cronulla Sharks. They are back in this. Their supporters celebrate. The rest of the crowd goes a little bit quiet because they feel, I think, that there might be a comeback on.
Well, you can't switch off, can you, when you're playing against the star-studded Cronulla side. Here's where they get the penalty. They march down the field. The ball goes out the back again. Townsend, Maloney at the line, pulling in plays. The dummy runner pulls in George Williams, creates some space, creates a gap, and all of a sudden it's dropped onto the boot. Clever little kick from Beale. Again, well weighted, and the pressure's there. Joe Burgess couldn't get to it, but that man could. Good try.
So Jesse Raymond, this is his debut for Cronulla Sharks. He gets a try on his first appearance for the club. And Wigan with just a little bit of talking to do behind their own posts.
Stay where we are, yeah? Big 20 minutes now.
Mentioned the comeback in the grand final for Cronulla Sharks. They led 8-0, then they trailed 12-8. They won it eventually 14-12. They can come back. They have it in them. Coming up to an hour on the clock. Good kick that's on the way, and he has kicked it. 16-6. 10 points of difference, 20 minutes to go. Crucial 20 minutes usually in matches between English teams and teams from Australia.
Absolutely, the mental focus is crucial now. Joe Burgess, he was near it, he swiped at it, he missed it, but it was quality play from the Cronulla Sharks.
And Sean O'Loughlin prowling, still not back. I raised the subject with you earlier, Terry, about Sean O'Loughlin's non-appearance after the opening 10-15 minutes. You said it was because there were the big men on the field. Wigan need O'Loughlin. They need him out there. If he's fit, he should be out, don't you think?
Well, he's got his card now in his hand, the substitution card, so I think that Sean O'Loughlin now, as he's marching down, he'll be getting ready. He's taking off his green top now, so he'll be back into it.
Need the captain's knock for the last 20 minutes of the match.
He leads by example. He is a calming influence. Whether he has to play, he'll play. If it's a straight-up carry, straight-up carry. If it's kick long, he'll kick long.
He is 34 years of age now. Maybe Sean Wayne thinks that maybe he just has to look after him, get him through the big games, get him into the big games later in the season.
Yeah. And why wouldn't you with a man with that much experience?
Absolutely. Maloney dumped on his back. Here they come again. Here they come again. Was that a knock-on by Wigan, or was it touched by Cronulla? The referee is happy enough anyway.
Gaps just appearing now for Wigan. Cronulla getting their arms free, hurrying them in defence. A good initial contact from Pryor up top.
Hold, Jaden, hold.
Big and powerful front rower.
Mildard trying to work his way away from his own line, but Cronulla have got the sniff of something here. They're piling forward. And O'Loughlin is back out there. The skipper has returned. He hangs on and takes tackle number 4, but still some 10 metres inside his own half of the field. And this is Ben Flower. He's back on the field as well. Ben Flower, the Welsh international.
Need to get away from the markers. Cronulla's markers working very hard.
Williams a charge down. Williams, and they have the ball back here, courtesy of Jaden Brayley. And here now comes the man who can engineer anything. Maloney gets the ball away to Graham. Graham gives it back to Maloney. They're making good progress. That's only the second tackle of this set of 6. Here they come with the big fella Fafita. Fafita turns and spins and gives the ball to Pryor. He then finds Townsend. He just drops the ball off to Bakuya. It's back now to Pryor once again. Frank Paul Nuisala hangs on to him. There's a possible knock-on there. There is a knock-on there.
Wade Graham first of all with the offload, then Fafita, then Pryor. When he goes into contact, you can see the message has gone out. They're trying to offload the ball. Paul Gallen screaming in the background to just keep hold of it in contact.
And Cronulla are changing the points of attack. They're coming to the left, going back to the right, making sure if there is a steady defender that's maybe clocked off, they might be able to get to him and expose him.
Stand up. Let's get up. Yeah, the hooker can strike.
With a contested scrum here.
The hooker can strike.
Perhaps, I wonder.
Ball in.
Sean O'Loughlin's not letting Pryor in on the other side.
And Tommy Luluai fed that behind the second row's feet, making sure they get possession from that scrum.
Well, if you've been beaten once, you'll be made sure that you switch on for the rest of the game.
The trouble is, it's very rarely the forwards that are in the pack these days.
Your marks are good.
That's true.
Good tackle.
You see all the forwards at times standing outside, don't you?
Yeah.
That's 3. You're good there, Gaydon.
I could never see you two as stand-off halves, but there you go.
No.
They feared to death. Someone running at me in all that space.
O'Loughlin plays the ball. George Williams has seen the gap.
It's the second time he's took a carry off the ruck. The first was in the first half. So brave, that lad.
Escarret, nice kick to the corner. Finds touch, far side.
It's not bad when you've got someone at the back like Morgan Escarret that can take over that play. You've got George Williams who hits the line, he goes tight off the ruck. He's trying to exploit a gap, trying to expose some of the bigger defenders.
I think a more confident winger than Jesse Raymond would have gone to get possession there. I know that was a difficult one going along the floor, but it was in front of him. It seemed like I felt as though I needed to go for that. They've got to attack Wigan here, attack them whenever they can, with and without the ball.
Well, they've asked Cronulla to come 90 metres if they're going to score the try. A little thought for the future. Morgan Escarret full back, Sam Tompkins out for a good while yet. What does Sean Wayne do when Tompkins is fit?
Competition for places. It's what you want to do. You want to say the best players, the ones that are performing consistently, will get the shot. And you make that a priority during the week as well.
Latelli takes the ball forward for Cronulla Sharks. And that was Brayley who picked up the ball from dummy half and fed the big man Fafita, who is asking for a penalty because O'Loughlin is lying prone across him, not forthcoming. Maloney to Townsend, here they come, this is Bird. Solid defence though from Wigan, good scrambling from Oliver Gildark, goes down, wanted the penalty, no whistle, knock on from Townsend. They were wanting the penalty there, Cronulla, they just took their eye off the ball.
Yeah, it was a good right foot step from Bird, a poor pass though, wasn't it, from Townsend, couldn't get to that.
It's Raymond, isn't it, who plays
Raymond, sorry, to Townsend. Yeah, right in front, dipping in front of the half-back.
Look at that stat, 12 mistakes Cronulla have made with the ball.
Early days for them, of course. Early days for Wigan as well. They only had the one match in the Super League, but it's one more than the Cronulla Sharks have had in the NRL. This is Luluai.
Again, quick on the edge now, turning Wigan back inside.
This is Bateman. Bateman goes down. The ball comes loose and it's a knock on by Bateman. Oh no, he says he offloaded it.
So it goes back to John Bateman, yeah.
You're on me now, John. You passed it.
And the Cronulla Sharks players look at Robert Hicks.
Not right, that rule, is it?
Well, they've got the knock on now. Williams couldn't take the pass in. He looks at the passer and says, where was that from? It was around my knees. And he's having a go at his captain. And it wasn't actually around his knees. They're a bit low, but not round his knees.
You can stand up now. You just have to get in to stop it.
Well, there you go. They're under a touch of pressure. This was a similar field position where they made the mistake which led up to the try earlier on from that kick from Gerard Beale.
Head in. Bowling.
So again, you keep turning the ball over. And like to this man, Fafita, likes to skip across. If he skips across trying to fend people, the outside defenders have got to get up really quick, turning back inside.
Tough man to put down as well. He took 5 players over the line with him for the match winner in the grand final. This is Gallen. Into centre field they go. Brayley to Maloney. There was a missed tackle on Maloney. Good job that Powell was there.
Again, Eddie, the running game from the halfbacks now from Cronulla.
Townsend. This is Bird again. Escaré does really well, sticks to him like glue. Powell and O'Loughlin finish the job. And he's not happy with the tackle. Pryor dumps the ball down. Here is Maloney again. Now it's with Gallen. And Gallen saw a gap and went for it. Flicks the ball back. And that seems to be a knock on.
Well, they'll be saying that when he goes into the tackle, he tries to offload the ball.
I think this is a...
You can see that.
And then he offloads it.
That's an offload. It's not a knock on.
Yeah. It's an offload.
He's ruled that the tackle was complete. He's passed the ball. Now we've just seen that the ball didn't touch the ground, so one there for Wigan, but they were in possession of the ball.
Come on, please, Morgan, let's go.
Well, Paul Gallen's not happy.
But Wigan, to be fair, Wigan end up with the ball anyway, don't
that
they?
is not a completed tackle.
But that is when John Bateman gets it.
When John Bateman gets it, yeah.
One of a number.
Surrender!
That one you could defend.
Stand, hold, go, one.
Tony Clubb.
Offload.
He flicks the pass away and it bounces and bobbles and George Williams picks it up. This is in the Super League DNA, isn't it? They do like to keep the ball going, keep the ball alive. It's not all about ball retention, which is the key words in the NRL.
They pulled it back. They pulled it back a bit in this game, Wigan.
They have. They've had to, really.
Yeah.
Dangerous opposition.
They couldn't keep turning the ball over, gifting position, making mistakes, coming out of yardage. Whenever you're getting Cronulla's half, that's when you can open up the game a bit.
Been a good show from Wigan, actually. They've carried the Super League flag well.
It's been a tough showing from them.
It has. It'll do them the power of good for what's to come, provided they don't pick up too many knocks. A drop goal attempt. It's just gone wide. Well, that would have made it 11 points. Wouldn't have made much difference. They still have to score twice, the Aussies.
Frano Bottiga dropped a goal for Wigan when they beat the Penrith Panthers at Anfield about 25 years ago, but Morgan Escray's gone left and wide with that. Just over 10 minutes to go. The Wigan crowd now trying to lift the atmosphere, lift the team if it's possible, to give them that extra energy here now and hold on to this 10-point lead just as we've got 10 minutes to go.
I remember that, Phil, when they played at Anfield. Knock on.
Incorrect play the ball here.
Played on the hallowed ground. Graham Souness, the manager at the time, wasn't pleased. To say the least.
I think there was a firework display at the Cop End just before kick-off that destroyed the goalmouth for about 2 seasons.
They burnt the 18-yard box.
Well, this is good field position for Wigan, isn't it? Campbell makes the mistake from the play of the ball. Wigan now just 37 metres out. Just over 10 minutes to go.
You know, they set up for a drop goal. Morgan Escray on the first attempt, he didn't get it over. I wouldn't be surprised.
Why would you
try and set up for it? They just keep the psychological brain ticking over. Keep the scoreboard ticking over. Keep picking up that 1 point. Slow the clock down. Waste the time.
As I said on Thursday or Friday when we got a drop goal in the Super League, raise a glass to an absent friend talking about drop goals.
Maybe that's what he's thinking about.
Here is Tony Clubb now for Wigan. Last 10 minutes we're into, and it's a 10-point lead. Wigan looking to close the game out here. Escray finds Williams. Williams tries to come inside Townsend. There were reinforcements behind him. Luluai attacking the line.
Well, he's going to chip that ball through then. Sean O'Loughlin and Ryan Sutton were expecting.
Completely enveloped by Paul Gallen. Well, they've turned it over, and it was a really good effort by Gerard Beale.
Yeah, he goes straight to him. Again, Morgan Escray and Liam Farrell expecting that kick. Wigan turn up the pressure there. Good initial contact from Tony Clubb.
Ryan Sutton in there as well. I thought there was an injury for the Cronulla Sharks player, but he's just putting the boot back on. As Raymond goes down, crowd sense that the World Club Challenge is just around the corner. 9 minutes remaining, penalty here which will relieve the pressure.
There's always a danger when in a set of 6, if you're close to the opposition's line, one of your teammates gets a good shot, then the next play there's another good shot, then the next play there's another good shot, and then it's just a bit of interference. That's what seems to happen.
One, move Ryan! Go!
So that was Braley again. Pass is dropped off to Fafita.
2, move Oliver! Go!
Townsend and Gallen. Down the middle they come. Whoa, flicked and touched. 6 to go. 6 to go as it drops into the arms of Gatewell.
Yeah, Gallen went for it, didn't he?
Go, 0.
Water carriers back on for Cronulla Sharks, the 14th man.
Go! All the way, Tony!
Oh, he is in yellow. Right to your screen.
2, move! Benny, 10, Leon!
Offload game from Cronulla here.
Oh, there's 2 of them now. There's an orange and a yellow. Here they come. Ball is flicked and off the fingertips of Townsend. It finds Fafita. Can he do another grand final effort? It was from this range. It was from this range. And as many defenders trying to keep him out on that occasion as there is now. He just doesn't quite get over this time. Knock on is the call from Robert Hicks.
Well, Fafita, he attracts 4 or 5 players. You've got to go in really hard on him because he's got that offload in him. If you don't get it right and there's 4 or 5 players around him, obviously you're going to concede somewhere. You're saying that there's a knock-on from the big man. Look, he gets rid of a couple of players, keeps pumping his legs. Even after contact, he's still powering forward. His teammates looking for here. Where's the knock-on?
That's more like an incorrect play of the ball, isn't it? It's just
because it was to the side, was it?
Of him, yeah.
Is that what it's for?
Well, that should be a penalty, but you know, we're going to got the scrum.
Oh, but they'll have some pressure coming at them. Gallen gets rid of it. This is Powell. Who's given that one?
Wait,
Graham, yeah.
Do you know, he's a big defender, isn't he?
Yeah.
Flies on the line. There's Ryan Sutton going at it with Fafita. The youngster, Ryan Sutton, the young bull, laughing at him. Tell you what, there's not many players in that huddle that'll back down. John Bateman, well, he's seen red at present.
Well, there's the first punch for Feta.
Is it Tony Clubb who's had the shirt almost ripped off his back? I think it is.
Well, Tony Clubb, Bateman and Ryan Sutton straight into it. With a shot from Wade Graham when he comes out the line.
Take your place away. I'm not interested in what you've got to say now.
Well, it's been deemed illegal. Bang.
Is it just a high tackle?
It's a high tackle. He's made contact with the head.
Yeah.
That's the initial penalty
I'll speak to you when
anyway.
I need you.
There's a bit to sort out from here. I'll be surprised if there's any further action from this.
There's nothing to sort out here. It's fine. Players have come together. Nothing's happened. It was a high shot. It's a penalty to Wigan.
You're right, though. Sutton won't take a backward step.
No, it is. We're not debating it, mate. Get your players to calm down, especially Andrew Fafita. Speak to Ryan Sutton. It's a penalty.
He's dealt with it well, hasn't he, Robert Hicks?
Well, he said that to Paul Gallen a number of times. Get your players to calm down.
And I'll say the same thing.
His point.
I'll say the same thing now as I said last night. Who's going to take this next carry?
Well, yes.
It's the response and reaction from the Sharks players.
Time off.
You get the feeling they feel like this game hasn't gone their way.
Time back off.
A number of decisions, calls, they've gone against them.
12 penalties to 7 in Wigan's favour.
These are the carries, Eddie, that you used to love. You look around, you see your teammates' eyes, who wants it? The youngster Ryan Sutton, who was in the middle of it all, he's the one who puts his hand up. Got to give respect to your teammates when they do carries like that.
Absolutely, a lot of them takes them over halfway.
Again, Eddie, they're not big players, but to your teammates, they're enormous.
Gain respect, don't they?
Yeah.
Luluai, Bateman, he won't back off. Remember the Magic weekend when he went toe-to-toe and nose-to-nose with Jamie Peacock. Gelling has lost it.
The offload.
Gelling has lost it. They have it back with Latelli.
He's a wonderful player, isn't he? Anthony Gelling can make tries out of nothing, but he's got that in his game where comes up with a blind offload. It wasn't the position of the field to come up with a blind offload.
Capewell dropped to the ground on the first tackle. Gallen, Townsend and Lewis, and it goes wide down the right-hand side.
Hold now, hold.
Ooh, touch a cramp, I think, for Jack Bird. Gallen again. Has he been off the field today, Gallen? I've not noticed him in a while. He has been off just a bit. It's been a good effort for him all afternoon. Maloney. Everyone's heart's in the mouth when they come forward with Maloney. This is Latelli.
Move! Wait.
Again, Eddie, it's good defence, isn't it?
Last tackle. Have to be good again here. They land up down the right-hand side looking for this kick from Maloney. Well played, Joe Burgess.
He expected that, and here he goes.
Tremendous run from Burgess. He's had a pearl of a game.
But not only does he have to catch a ball under pressure, as soon as he lands on the ground, he then looks upfield and he's gone. He's been put under pressure, and he comes up with it all the time. Good play to bring back, isn't he, to Wigan?
3.5 minutes remaining. 10 points the gap. Wigan might be celebrating shortly. Their record 4th World Club Challenge at this, their 7th attempt. They're on halfway. They're in possession with Bateman. Warrington winners last night in the first match of the series brilliantly. Here today, Wigan grinding out a win against the best in the competition to pick up the trophy. Luluai is hit as he took that kick. He was clattered by Matt Pryor. Nothing in it, according to the referee and touch judges.
Well, he makes contact just as he kicks the ball, as Wigan are doing a really good job of making it life hard. Now, Cronulla have got 80 metres plus to go here. They want to score 2 tries. We've seen it once or twice before. 2 tries in the last 2 minutes is possible in this sport.
Find him, please, Morgan, get it.
Yes, I don't think there's anybody, we've not seen anybody with the electrifying speed here in this Sharks side who could go from like a James Roberts try we saw from the Brisbane Broncos. Wigan's defence trap him on the 20-metre line.
Bird's got nowhere to go. They are so close. They've worked so hard for this. They don't want to let it slip now. They surround the man. The defence will absolutely delight Sean Wayne, I am sure.
They've defended well, and it hasn't been a classic by any shape or form, but when they've defended, they've gone on the front foot, they've made things happen, and just like that occasion there, they've forced Cronulla into uncharacteristic mistakes.
And Bateman has it tucked under the wing. Last year it was 3-0 to the NRL. This year it's going to be 2-0 to the Super League. A big step forward in 12 months for the competition in the Northern Hemisphere.
Absolutely. Feels very good saying that, watching these two games, watching our great players compete at the highest level.
This is Ryan Sutton. Sean Wayne knows they're so close, roaring out the instructions from high up here in the main stand. Joel Tompkins, back it comes to George Williams. Growing in stature, Williams, year on year. He's ducks under a high shot.
Had an outstanding game in attack and defence, George Williams.
Chance here for Bateman. Bateman went for it himself, halted by Wade Graham. Approaching the last minute, Bateman in no rush to get to his feet, probably hurt as well, which he is. Luluai stopped the kick in, it came off. A play, and he knows they've won it. He knows they've won it now, Sean Wayne.
It doesn't matter who gets head and feet in this score.
It's Wigan.
Still ends up being Wigan's head and feet because of that ricochet.
And it was played at.
Well, the challenge now is to try and grow this series and this tournament and gain more interest on the back of two victories here by the Super League sides, to get the Australian sides buying into the concept a bit more, to increase the size of the crowds, and to make it mean more here to everybody in this Super League competition, to be the world champions and lift this sport at this level to a higher one.
Well, I know it must mean an awful lot to Wigan and their coach Sean Wayne. They're going to be crowned World Club Champions in a few moments' time. Williams for the goal. It's a hat-trick for Joe Burgess, isn't it? It is a hat-trick for Burgess. It looks like, but what will the referee give on the field? Oh, they've got no try.
Check onside and then grounding, please.
I think he's given offside again on the touch judge advice for offside. Not sure. It's very, very tight. But again, we go back to this initial on-field decision, which is going to affect the decision made by the video referee. They've given offside on the field.
Well, he's level at worst, Stuart.
You can't imagine a camera angle gives you a better view than where that touch judge is on the far side of the field. He's in a better position, isn't it?
Well, he's given his opinion that he's offside. The video referee has to prove that he's onside, basically, and I don't think we can do that from here. I think had he had a free look at it, he might have a different opinion, but I don't think there's enough there to overturn the on-field decision.
I think he's level at worst, Stuart, isn't he? Looking at this picture here, he's level at worst.
If you give the video referee a free rein to look at that, he's probably going to give that onside.
Well, exactly.
But, you know, it is influenced by the on-field decision.
He doesn't touch it down anyway.
Oh, that might save a decision. Well, he does.
Oh, he's got his fingers on it, Eddie.
He's got his hands on it. So it looks like they're going to go with try here. He's certainly got the hand on the ball.
Well, so you need all the 50-50 decisions.
He's got a finger on the ball.
That's all it needs. That's all it needs. The ball's on the ground. If his hand's on top of it, which it is there,
or his fingers on top of it,
that's classed as a try.
It is classed as a try. It is a hat-trick for Joe Burgess. It's a delighted smile for Sean Wayne. Joe Burgess is back, and Wigan are the World Club champions. Only other hat-trick in the World Club Championship or challenge came for Michael Jennings against the Roosters in 2014 against Wigan. It is revenge, and it is revenge that is absolutely wonderful for Wigan and the Super League. And just to add insult to injury, he plonks the conversion over the top as well to Sam Powell. In Lemigan, the Wigan chairman will be delighted. Every Wiganer will be delighted. Joe Burgess has scored the hat-trick, and Wigan have won by 22 points to 6.
What an afternoon for the Wigan Warriors. Joe Burgess gets 3 tries, but it was from A perfect kick from George Williams. He's had such a massive influence on this game, George Williams. Delight for the coach, Sean Wayne. Delight for the fans in the crowd. Retribution for the game in this country. A couple of times last year, we had to take a hard look at ourselves. We weren't as bad as the showings in those 3 defeats. And I think Warrington last night, Wigan this afternoon have showed that the players that are playing in Super League can match it with the NRL players.
They're celebrating. Why wouldn't they? Lewis Tierney, Thomas Luluai, and all the players. And Sean Wayne now joins Brian McDermott in winning this World Club Challenge, both as a player, he did in 1987, and as a coach. So, well done to Wigan, well done to Sean Wayne. World Club Challenge winners, and Morgan Escaray, what a fairy tale for him.
That's what sport does, doesn't it? Sometimes you're down, sometimes you're up, and at the moment he's riding his luck. Wigan did today. And it must be a great feeling for them here now. They've worked very hard, I guess, for several months to prepare for this, since winning at Old Trafford last October. It means a lot to the club, a lot to the town, and hopefully it gives a boost of Super League, the one that it needs. There's been some pessimism and negativity around the sport lately, but it's been a well thought out contest. Perhaps not as entertaining as the game between Warrington and Brisbane. Nevertheless, it was the big prize on offer at the end of it, and Wigan will shortly go up to the winner's podium and lift that prize.
And 22 points to 6, it's not a fluke. The man of the match, well, it's George Williams, who has engineered this win for Wigan. He's talking to Bill.
George, congratulations, the man of the match. Ian Hollis here is the Dacia Award winner. We'll present the trophy. Well done, Ian. Well done, George. Well done, Wigan. What an afternoon.
Great afternoon. I'm a bit speechless. I'm buzzing. It's a dream come true to win this for Wigan, and don't get much better than this.
And what a battle that was as well, especially the second half, because Cronulla threw everything at you.
Yeah, definitely. They're a great team, and we've got some world-class players, so it was a tough 10 minutes at the back end, but boys took him well.
Well, how do you follow this? Super League champions, world champions. What's next?
We'll take some beating, but I don't know. We'll get back on the horse now and then back into Super League, and hopefully that kickstarts our season.
Well done, man of the match, George. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
And Joe Burgess pushed you all the way. I mean, that's the stuff dreams are made of, Joe, isn't it? To score a hat-trick in a game like this.
Yeah, I loved every minute of it, especially on the first bit of silverware. Bragging rights, just a lot. I just loved it.
To come back, I mean, how ironic to come back from the NRL and score a hat-trick against the champions.
I know, it was weird though. I just felt so comfortable. Felt like I've not left.
You think you might have proved a point?
I'm not going to say.
What does this mean to Wigan?
Oh, it means everything. It kicks off the season as well. It gives extra goals to win the Challenge Cup and the Super League night and the league leaders.
And how do you follow this? I mean, it is going to be a big task to back this up, isn't it? You've got to get back into the week-by-week grind.
Yeah, we've got to get back into it now, but I think we'll enjoy this for now.
I think you will. Well done, Joe.
Cheers, thank you.
What a very special night for Joe Burgess. First try, last try, and another in between. And sees the Wigan Warriors for a record fourth time crowned the World Club champions. Thomas Luluai influential in his return to the club. Second game back at the Wigan Warriors. And Paul Gallen, well, he said it's the one game he hasn't played in his storied career, and he was desperate for a victory, and you know that will hurt that individual as he prepares for an NRL season. Anthony Gelling, as ever, an influential player on the field. Well, we can speak to